I'm Mr. Christopher. This is my world, and this is Art Connoisseur. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bell bells. Jingle bell bells and jingle bell bells. Jingle and jangle and jingle bell bells. Jingle, jangle, jingle, jingle bell bells. That's my version of the jingle bells. So anyway, let's Merry Christmas, you filthy, and a happy new. Let's go and let's look at let's do the art thing. Let's go. All right, we're starting off hot and heavy with what I'm calling simply gay Batman. This is a picture of Batman and Robin kissing. You know, I don't hate it. It's funny. It's provocative. Mr. Christopher, how much is this piece? Take it away, sir, please, if you will. I got a giant candy cane. It's hard to get into the frame. Thing's massive. Look, it's sticking out of the... Thing's massive. Anyway, what do I think about gay Batman? First of all, I know it's kind of rude to not call it gay Batman and Robin, but I'm just simply calling it gay Batman. Because we all know that Robin's already gay, so this was just a surprise that Batman was gay. So we're like, wow, gay Batman. So anyway, $75 for that piece. If I want to seem like woke and cool and fun, I would buy it if I had some interesting artsy type friends coming over. I'd be like, I'm going to get it so that they think I'm cooler than I am, in their eyes specifically, you know. It's all a big play. So, and it's funny. It is kind of funny. I would put it on my bedroom door. I'd put it on my bedroom door. Because why is it there? What does it mean? I'd put it in my bathroom. Because why is it there? What does it mean? But that's for me. If I was a gay man, well, then I would definitely buy it and put it anywhere. And it would make sense. For me to have it, it's like, is he questioning things? Is Mr. Christopher questioning his sexual identity? So it makes no sense. And for $75, get out of my house, sir. Get out of my house. For $15, maybe we're talking. But for $75, the front door's over there. I suggest you walk out of it. And be careful on the steps walking down, please. I don't want a lawsuit on my hands, okay? It's kind of icy outside currently. It's cold and frigid. Watch your step. Actually, you know what? Take me by the hand. I'll walk you down the steps. I don't need a lawsuit. Anyway, on to the next piece. Let's go. For the next piece, we're going with this beautifully framed snowy landscape. I love this piece. You all know I love me a wintry, foresty vibe. I love me some nature. So, Mr. Christopher, how much is this piece? Take it away, sir. $28 for that piece. And for $28, you bet your lucky stars yes, I would buy that. Yes, I would buy it. I like it. 28, you could call it 30, and I'd be like, that's good. 25 would be fine. 20, just, can I get it for a 20 spot? You know, that should be good enough. The frame's nice. The picture itself is nice. It's a painting. I appreciate a painting from the heart, as we've discussed before. And yeah, it's in the season right now, snowy weather. So yeah, I'd buy it. On to the next. And next, we're going to get a little provocative as we go here to Charcoal Naked Woman. Yes, you heard me correctly. That is a naked woman colored from charcoal. Very nice. Some would say this is the perfect woman. And you know, some may even be me. This is a beautiful naked woman. I would be quite satisfied if this is what... You know what? You shut up. Mr. Christopher, how much is this piece, and what do you think? What I think about that piece is it's absolutely lovely. It's $15 for that piece. And yeah, I mean, I feel like it was made personal for it was like the person who did it. It was a very intimate moment from the 80s. I'm going to judge it from the 80s because the hairstyle of the naked woman, and it comes from like a Titanic moment. I feel like it came from a real raw Titanic moment where a guy had some charcoal and he had a beautiful naked woman that he had just finished up with, sexually, of course. And they was like, wait a minute, let me paint you. Let me charcoal you real quick. And he just charcoaled her while she sat on the bed. And he nailed it. She's beautiful. He did a wonderful job. $15. I would buy it. I feel a little weird. I feel like I'm encroaching on someone's intimate moment, and that's a little strange to me. It's like, would you buy? The only reason I would buy naked Rose Dawson from the Titanic is because of the movie. It's not as much as it's not as encroaching because there's something there. It's like this is Rebecca from the '80s, who just got who just had intercourse with Tommy, who knows how to draw beautiful naked drawings with charcoal. So it's a very intimate thing, and I like it a lot. $15. I wouldn't get it because I think I've talked it too weird. It's too weird in my head. But like, I would want it. It's not bad. If it was Rose Dawson from the Titanic, I would definitely get it because of a whole thing. You get it. All right. Now on to the next. On to the next piece. All right. Next on the list, we're going to this piece. I call this piece gay. Instead of nay, because it's a unicorn, but it's a horse, and I don't know. I think unicorns neigh. In this case, though, this unicorn goes gay. You know. So anyway, you know what, Mr. Christopher, how much does this piece cost? Gay. Cost $30. $30 for that piece. Art's really gay. I don't know if that. I don't. Maybe there's something there. I don't know. I don't know. Art's really straight too. I just when the gay ones really they make me laugh the most. Because as soon as I saw that, I thought, "Gay!" Hey, how funny is that? A unicorn horse running around the streets going, "Gay, gay!" Dropping little rainbow poops everywhere. Shoot that thing down. You know what I'm saying? No, it's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Mythical animals, magical rainbow mythical animals are fine. So anyway, and we can all identify as them if we please. What are you, crazy? You think you can't? Anyway, anyhow, so that was that. Yeah, $30. Would I buy that? Would Mr. Christopher buy that magical rainbow gay unicorn? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even think about it. Even if one of my children wanted it, I'd be like, no. Nay. That's what I would say. Can we have that painting? Nay. That painting is gay, which is fine, but not in my household. On to the next. On to the next. Next, we're going to go here to what is called Maxfield Parrish Dreaming. I had to look this up. I don't just know information. Maxfield Parrish was a painter and an illustrator in the 20th century. Apparently, this is him dreaming. I looked closely before I knew who this was, and I thought it was a woman. But apparently, it's a man. Maybe he was a dainty man. Maybe he was just a breasted man. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to be a woman. Who knows? I didn't read too much into him. I just wanted to know who he was. I thought maybe he was a made-up person. Hey, you know what? Shush. Mr. Christopher, how much is this piece? And what did you think about it? Take it away. I just read a little bit more about him, and he died at the age of 95 in 1966 in New Hampshire, the state of New Hampshire. Interesting stuff. And his paintings, I was looking into them. They're really nice. I actually really like them, and I think that's his wife. He has this painting called Ecstasy that I'm using it next week. I might do a Maxfield Parrish episode next week. We're gonna talk. We'll see. Either way, or maybe I'll just throw on it. I will see. We'll talk about it. I randomly looked into him and I was like, I like this guy. So yeah. With that said, $1,000 for that piece. If I didn't read about him, I'd be like crazy. After reading about him, I'm like still crazy. But put it on a museum wall. Put it on a museum wall. If I was walking in an art museum and I seen that on the wall, I'd go, yep, that belongs here. And yeah, and after reading about him, I'm like, yep, Maxfield Parrish belongs in an art museum, if you ask me. I want to see Ecstasy in real life. I think it might have been a calendar painting. I don't know. We'll go over it. We'll talk, maybe. We'll talk about it possibly next week. $1,000 for Maxfield Parrish Dreaming. I ain't buying it for that. Is it worth that? Maybe. I'm not going to say nay. But I will say, gay! Because the gay horse. Okay, so the next thing, we're going to do a little bit of difference, a little different thing here. Remember sculptures. We're going to do it's a kind of sculpture, but it's not. It's a clock. We're going to do a clock to close out the show. So let's check out this clock, this artistically made clock. All right, for our last piece, we're going here to what I'm calling the BBAC, the Big Black African Clock. All right, and it's Mr. Christopher. Mr. Christopher, just why don't you just take the rest? Why don't you just take it from here? Why don't you just take it from here? I thought it was interesting to do a clock because it's like a sculpture, but it's not, but it is, and it's art. Someone made art. The BBAC, the Big Black African Clock. Watch yourselves now. All right, but for that, that's $30 for that. I would never buy it, but if I had an African wife and she was like, "We gotta get that," I'd be like, "You got it, babe. I'll buy it for you. $30 ain't nothing." If it was $50, I might be like, "No, we don't need that." If it was anything more than $50, I'd be like, "We definitely don't need that." Why? If throwing ethics out the window, if I'm a millionaire, yeah, sure, I'll buy it in a heartbeat, just like that. Boom, bam, bam, bought. African wife, bam, happy. But I don't have an African wife, and Kiki Palmer's still leaving me on red. So I'm just gonna be alone forever. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get the African clock, and I'll pretend I have an African wife, and I'll bring it home, and I'll wrap it up for Christmas, and I'll give it to my fake imaginary African wife, and then I'll cry at the dinner table alone and drink milk. Well, anyway, that's the end of Art Connoisseur with me, Mr. Christopher, and this is my world, Mr. Christopher's world. And I hope you learned something today. I hope you learned something today. Not that I teach. I don't teach anything. I just talk and show you things and tell you my opinion. And that's all I have for you. I mean, what else do you want from me? I learned today. I've been learning. I learned Maxfield Parrish, and I learned that I like his art. And I might do an episode on him next week. Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Throwing ethics out the window. We're just having fun here. We're just having fun here. All right, well, Merry Christmas. Enjoy the holidays. It's only like the 5th. Okay, it's the 10th. Is it the 12th? What day is it? Anyway, that's the end. Bye. Like, follow, subscribe. Don't live with freedom. Do the things and live with love and do the love and the happiness and never be afraid. Enjoy your life and be happy. Mr. Christopher, you crazy!